Hello YouTube, this is Michael reporting for We Make the News, News with a Twist. In today's section we're going to be looking at sports, specifically the NFL or the National Football League, a game loved and watched around the United States, probably one of the most popular. It involves a lot of violence and a lot of theatrics. Let's look at a specific game against Green Bay and Detroit that took place over Thanksgiving. This was a famous game for several reasons. One, Green Bay totally pwned and won again. I don't even know if they're going to lose this year. And there was this interesting incident, a controversial incident, in which defensive back for Detroit, Ndamukong Suh, grabbed a Green Bay's player, threw him to the ground, and smashed his head repeatedly into the floor. Now, was that enough? No. He then stands up, being pulled away by another Green Bay's teammate, and curb stomps the poor guy's arm. Not only did it look painful, it was definitely illegal. ESPN reported that Ndamukong Suh was soon ejected from the game, and number 90 will not come back to play for a very long time. Now here, this is in Gears of War. I don't know why he took these kind of actions, but they're definitely illegal and should probably not be endorsed. In other news, let's take a look at the power rankings. Green Bay is in a current number 1, undefeated, probably not going to lose this year due to Aaron Rodgers. Niners are in number 3 after falling from number 2, being there 3 weeks in a row. And below them, there are some other teams that are currently not doing so well, Detroit and the Raiders, New York being one of them. And even further down the list are teams not deserving recognition because they aren't good enough to be anywhere high enough for people to read. And let's not forget, last but definitely least, the Colts, who are 0-11 this year, not having won a single game, probably not going to win one anymore. Let's go on to another sport, a new kind of sport. It's called dwarf tossing. Now, dwarf tossing is relatively new. It came back after the movie with Aragorn and Lord of the Rings, where Aragorn and Gimli are standing on a bridge, and Gimli infamously stated that no one tosses a dwarf. Well, apparently Gimli was wrong because these guys are tossing dwarfs. It was reported from Minibu.com that one of the most outlandish pastimes is the uncommonly skilled and unprejudiced pub sport of dwarf throwing. Unfortunately for the sport, many of the politically correct people in society are making claims that the name dwarf is degrading for its sportsmen, and that the term dwarf throwing should instead be replaced by the more suitable title of propelling persons of restricted growth. The people who actually compete in the sport do not support this political uproar, they simply want to be thrown. Now, the objective of the dwarf tossing is to grab the dwarf and throw him as far as you can so that he sticks onto the wall using the Velcro around his chest. Currently ranked number 1 in a far lead is Aragorn, who in the movie Lord of the Rings throws his prized dwarf Gimli many feet, 20 or so feet, across a dark chasm onto a bridge. Rightfully deserves the number 1 spot. Now, what is the point of all this dwarf tossing? What is the objective to win the game? It's simple. Grab the dwarf, pick him up, and throw him as far as you freaking can. That is essentially how dwarf tossing is played. That is how people win the game. If you would like to see more about the sports or dwarfs throwing section, please subscribe and hit like. Thank you.